Merry Christmas to all. Hope everyone's having a good holiday season, but unfortunately I just watched a movie that may have killed my Christmas spirit before we even got to December. Red One is directed by Kasdan, who was formerly the director for the last two Jumanji movies, which aren't the worst things in the world. They're digestible, kind of fun times. I like the first one more than I like the second one for sure. But this is the story of J.K. Simmons playing good old Saint Nick Santa Claus, or his code name Red One in this movie. The day before Christmas Eve, Red One is mysteriously kidnapped, and it's up to Dwayne Johnson, who's the head of security for the North Pole, Callum Drift, to team up with a level 4 naughty lister.
A level 4 naughty lister?
Jack O'Malley, played by Chris Evans, who has been on the naughty list for quite some time. They must team up and now rescue Santa Claus so they could save Christmas. Let's cut the bullshit here. This movie fucking sucks. This movie is so fucking bad. It's unbelievable why this movie was ever even fucking made, ever even put off the fucking lot. Like, here's the problem, right? The Rock just cannot make good movies. It's just plain and simple at this point. Rock cannot make a movie above, like, that was average, right? Like, he can't really be a part of a movie and be the center focus of the movie and it be better than okay. And some of you may be saying, well, he's in Fast and Furious. Okay, but he's not the guy in Fast and Furious, right? That is Vin Diesel, of all fucking people in these movies. But the point stands is that The Rock just doesn't have that Hollywood it factor anymore, in my opinion. Most of his movies have not really done well in the last few years. Like, I mean, if you take a look at some of the filmography that he's had recently, this being the most recent, and before that is what, Black Adam? Like, granted, Black Adam was one of the more profitable movies, superhero movies of that year, but like, even then it didn't do well. It bombed in the box office. So it goes to show that, like, yeah, sure, he might have slight star power, but, like, let's be honest here, guys. Like, he just doesn't bring forth the audience at a good enough pace to make a movie like Red One to be a $250 million budget and then somehow make its money back in the end of the day. It just doesn't happen. Such a waste of some pretty decent actors here. Like, The Rock is The Rock. Like, you're not gonna change who he is. That's who he is, right? In any of these movies, he just plays himself. So let's get him and just put him over there. You stay in the corner, mister. Just stay over there. You have guys like Chris Evans, who is a really good actor, and I think that he does an okay job, but, like, let's be honest, the story really, there's not a lot of substance here. He's supposed to be a level 4 naughty lister.
A level 4 naughty lister?
And it's just like, it's cringe lines like that where I'm just like, I don't care. I really don't care. This was written down and this was something that you had to say. And you were paid to say this. And, like, granted, it's probably a paycheck at the end of the day. I mean, it could only be with $250 million in the budget. But even guys like J.K. Simmons is in this movie, a fucking legendary actor. You know, all of the movies that he's ever done with Whiplash and fucking Spider-Man and all these other fucking movies that he's ever been in. And he saddled to a old man sitting in a chair for more than half of the movie. Come the fuck on, guys. And what's even worse is that the plot is so nonsensical, and, like, it's supposed to be like, it doesn't know what it is, right? At times it feels like a superhero movie, but without the superheroes, and at times it feels like a buddy cop comedy movie, but without that element of comedy in it and that camaraderie between the guys. And in the end of the day, it just feels like a soulless, lifeless movie that was made. The film is cringe to the max. If you want to go watch this movie just to have a laugh at how bad this could be, by all means, go ahead. But if you're going into this movie thinking that this is going to be such a great time and it's a kickoff to the holiday season and, oh boy, I got my Christmas sweater on and everything and fuck yeah, let's go. No, I don't want Christmas to come now. The Rock has saved Christmas just for me to want to steal it and not have it this year. And by far, probably the worst aspect of this movie is the CGI. There isn't much to say for that here because it would be spoiler territory, but there are so many funny parts in this movie because they just look like lifeless bodies just bouncing around the screen everywhere you go. It looks artificial. It looks way too polished. It doesn't look good whatsoever. And I'll leave it at that because, again, if you want to watch this movie to have laughs, I don't want to spoil the amount of fun that you'll have with, you know, how I had, where I'm just putting my hands against my face and I'm like, oh my God, they're doing it in movie. In the end, Red One is just a hodgepodge fucking mess. It should not have been made. I can't believe they thought that they would make any amount of money back over a $250 million budget. I'm going to give Red One 1 star. I said this to a friend of mine after I saw the movie, right? I went on my phone, I went on this long-winded rant, and at the end of it, I had said that this might be worse than Madam Web. Quickly retracted and said it's not, because Madam Web is the worst movie of the year, even though I quite love it to death because of just how deliciously garbage-filled that it is. However, like, comparative to budget, and comparative to, like, the people that are involved, and, like, just, like, the big-name people that are back there, and, like, how much money this is thrown at it, like, this may be the worst of the year. $250 million for this. That's just a budget. That's not even counting marketing. That's not counting all that other shit. That's just people being put to work on the production. $250 million, and it looks this bad, and it's this poorly executed. My God, if only we had other movies in December that are going to save us, and I hope they do. And we also have Wicked and Gladiator coming up, so maybe that'll kickstart it. Who knows? Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to check down the link below where I have all my socials. For Twitter, I have Letterboxd, and I have TikTok, where I'm going to be talking about movies and other things on all those various platforms. Take it easy, guys, and I will talk to you all next time.